What's up, experience builders? Excited to share a really tactical episode about setting up Chris's email and the Getting Things Done framework by David Allen. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, not going to be the best episode to pay attention to without being able to watch it. So you'll want to tune over to YouTube or Spotify, where you will be able to watch this episode and follow along. If you are in Outlook, the same principles apply, but Chris is in a Gmail format. So this will be very helpful if you're in Gmail, but you can follow the same principles with Outlook. We hope that you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'd love to hear feedback from you after the show. Enjoy. Today, we're going to talk about something called Getting Things Done. It's a book by David Allen, and this is something that I've been following for over the past year, specifically in my email. The rule is we get things out of the inbox as fast as we can, as fast as possible.
I feel the weight of my unread inbox every day. Anything that helps me get things done, I'm a fan of.
Strong companies, lasting partnerships, powerful events. Welcome to the Experience Builders Podcast.
Chris, do you feel like you're standing naked in front of the camera right now?
That is not an analogy I'm fully comfortable with, but I feel a little vulnerable based on where I know you're going to take this. So I'll leave it at that.
All right. Well, we thought this would be a fun one. I'm excited. It's going to be like super practical for a lot of people if you're using Gmail. It still applies if you're using Outlook email, but it's just a little bit different in the button clicks.
Tell our viewers what's our topic today.
So today we're going to talk about something called Getting Things Done. I'll explain that in a little bit, but we're going to apply it specifically to email. And this is something that I've been following for over the past year, specifically in my email, but more recently I've been implementing GTD, or Getting Things Done, across all areas of my work and my personal life. So I'm excited to kind of walk you through the email aspect.
Oh man,
because I think that
anything that helps me get things done, I'm a fan of. So excited.
Okay, so let's just start with what is getting things done, right? So it's a book by David Allen. It was written in 2001. He kind of refreshed it, but not really, in my opinion, in 2016. So getting things done is a framework for stress-free productivity. Productivity is what he said. But there's a basic concept that kind of overarches it. That is, your mind is great for having ideas, and it's terrible for storing them. And so the idea is that if you can actually write everything down in a system that you can actually trust, that you won't have nearly as much stress as you have today. So the stress that you feel as a business owner, as an executive, as a stay-at-home mom, is because you're trying to manage it all here, and you need a better system for like it being out there. Yeah. So that when you have to remember to renew your passport, you can trust that you're going to get a reminder that it actually happens. And you don't have to actually keep track of that yourself. Anyways, that's kind of the idea behind it. There's a lot more to it. It's a great book. It's right here for viewers. That's what it looks like. Picture of David Allen on the front.
I know you'll put that in the show notes, right?
Show notes, link to Amazon where you can buy it. If you are a Spotify subscriber at the time of this taping, you can listen to it for free on their audiobooks.
Oh, nice.
So check that out. Now let's talk about your email, Chris. So why don't you give us the rundown of what an average day in the email of Chris Griffin looks like?
I would say 120 emails a day average. And I would say I am, as I leave my desk or go do something or get on a call and come back to my emails, I'm a person that does not like to leave. I've seen people, Khalil, that have like thousands of emails and I don't know how they do it. I don't like to leave without addressing emails. If you see an email that's in my unread, it's because it's either new to the unread or it's something I know I have an action I have to take and I let it live there staring at me and stalking me until I take the action. that I have to take, or sometimes I just need to reflect for a couple of days on something. So, but I would say 120 a day, and I'd say I'm deleting, I might say half of those. And they're either unsolicited emails that I quickly are making decision, I have no interest, or it might even be something I've signed up for, like a newsletter. I'm a huge Seth Godin fan, right? And I get
Right.
Seth daily, and I feel terrible. But there's days I'm like, Seth, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna delete this without reading it. I'll probably open it and I'll go, okay, this is longer than because sometimes there's great jewels in there, and I always like, oh, what did I miss? But I just can't keep up. I'm
Right.
I'm ruthlessly trying to eliminate hurry, to quote another book that you turned me out to. But anyway, so I'd say 120. Half of them never get read because I deem them unnecessary. The other half I struggle to take action and complete every day.
Okay. That's kind of the average experience that's basically what I used to do. It's what most of the people I know typically do with their email. And basically they try to manage all of their work inside their email, and it becomes kind of a nightmare.
It's what you it's what you used to do.
It's what I used to do.
So
Yes.
you've moved on.
I'm not that.
So you're saying you're in a better place, ergo you're a better man than me because you
I'm
operating on a better plane.
a better emailer than you. I'll say that.
You give
No,
you give good email.
I'm being
good email.
pretentious, but I really promise that, like, if you buy into what I'm showing you today, you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, like I trust my inbox right now. So let's just back up a second and let's think about our inbox. Okay. The equivalent of what you're doing right now, people can see your screen. And right now you've got 35 unread. Let's go ahead and collapse that unread. So now there you go. So now you can see that everything else, you've got 151,000 items inside of your everything else, which is still in your inbox and is emails that you
I just saw that
are
number,
keeping in your inbox.
151,000, and I'm
Yeah.
like, God, I sound like Dan Griffin. See that, Dan? Because I might need some of those later. How long?
Yeah. That's totally fine. You need it, but I just want to give you an analogy really quick.
Okay.
Think of your email inbox like your mailbox at home. Okay. So effectively what you're doing, if this was real mail, you're saying, okay, I've got my mailbox in front of my house. These are unread. I'll leave those in here. This is read. I'll just leave it in there too. And then I'll come back outside when I'm ready to work on that one thing. And you've got 151,000 things in here marked as read.
I have, it's funny. You say, I'm literally picturing my mailbox at home, and we're the neighborhood that there's one, it's only about two doors down, and it's across the street. But there's like 10 houses that have a station, and then there's another.
Sure.
I probably only check it, Khalil, every 10 days, and it's packed whenever I go. And it's way worse than 50% trash and 50%. It's like 80% trash. And the other 20% are bills or things I know that I manage online digitally anyway. So there's an occasion, but should Ed McMahon send me a winning check, I don't want to miss it. So I literally go through everything. But like you, I bet I open that mail. I literally am at the trash can when I'm sorting.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
So,
and a lot of times, honestly, that's going to be what our email is. Like, I don't have time to read this one. I don't need this junk mail or this newsletter or whatever it is, right? So it's not much different. Now, in getting things done, there's 5 steps to get things done. The first is that you have to capture, right? So whatever your inbox is how you're capturing right now, right? Everything just shows up. If I send Chris an email, it shows up as unread. That's captured. The next thing that you have to do is you have to clarify. Imagine yourself at your mailbox, or for Chris, you grab it out of the mailbox. The mailbox is your capture system. And now you go and you stand in front of the trash can, and now you are clarifying. All you're doing is you're saying, what is this? Right? Then after you clarify, you organize, meaning, is this trash? Yes. Okay, let's throw that in the trash. And then you make a series of decisions as you organize, right? But you put it into what is called reference. So for example, I see that you have some labels here on the side that you may or may not use, but I see like all Amazon online orders. You would organize into a reference file, which is your all Amazon online orders, if you had an Amazon receipt, right?
Right.
If whenever you're organizing, what you try to understand is this actionable, right? So if it's actionable and it takes less than 2 minutes, you do it right now. We'll cover this again in a little bit. I'm just going to give an overview, but you do it right now if it takes less than two minutes. If it takes longer than 2 minutes, you can either delegate it to somebody else, you can defer it to later, or you can decide to do it right now if you think it's that important or urgent, right? So it's do it, delegate it, defer it. Those are the only things if it is actionable. If it's not actionable, then that's when you reference it, right?
And that's if it takes more than 2 minutes. That's my decision.
If it only takes 2 minutes, you do it right now no matter what. But we'll jump back into that process. So after you've organized, then you reflect, meaning you take a step back and you say, what is the most important thing that I can be working on right now? What is the most urgent thing that I can be working on right now? What's worthy of my time right now, right? You reflect. Then the last step is engage. So capture, clarify, organize, reflect, and engage. So what I want you to understand about your email is that you have to start using the archive button. Okay.
Oh my God. When I accidentally archive something, I panic because I go,
okay.
Because it's true. I think I'm moving something and I hit a button and I see you just sent this to the archives. The archives to me psychologically is the categories. I'll never see it again.
That's the delete. So when you click delete and you have 30 days before it's removed out of your trash from the delete. Archive is not that. So I want you to do something right now. Go ahead and choose these red emails that you have and select 5 of them arbitrarily, whatever you want to do on the left side. Just do the checkbox.
Do they have to be important or
it doesn't matter? I don't care. Okay. All of them, whatever you want.
I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, and then I want you to click that arrow box at the top that's archive, right above your unread on the left side. Archive them. Okay, they're archived. Are you worried?
I'm worried because in my mind, archive means lost, semi-deleted, but important because I don't know what it is. Because I haven't.
Okay. Archive is, hey, I may need that at some point, but I really don't need access to it right now. I don't need to be seeing this every day. That's how I would qualify archive. I want to be able to search for this later, but I don't need to see it every single day in my inbox. Right?
Okay.
That's probably all 151,000 of these emails that we're looking at right now. I would
It is, guess. Although I will say.
So if you want to see your archive, do you know what you do?
No.
So you go to the left where it says more.
Yep.
On the side panel, I'm sorry. And then you're going to click all mail. And now magically, anything you've ever archived is there, including everything that's in your inbox. It's all of your mail. This is everything. So anytime you archive it, you just click all mail and you're looking at everything that's in your archive plus what's in your inbox. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a really big thing that you need to understand, that you need to start. If you're going to get to inbox 0 every day, which we'll talk about in a little bit, you have to archive.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to help you set up some custom labels and some new inboxes. We're going to change the way that your inbox looks entirely. Okay. So let's go to the settings icon in the top right.
Sorry.
And then, yep. And then click on see all settings. Perfect. Okay. So now you're going to go to the labels function.
Yep.
Yep. And now you're going to scroll down and you're going to create a new label. Okay. This first label. No.
No? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this first one is going to be called actions. Go ahead and create.
Am I nesting it under something or no?
Nope. Just create.
Okay.
Okay. The next one you're going to show, create new label, is going to be, I'll call it waiting. Okay. The next label you're going to create is going to be read. Okay. Now, I personally have another one because I make a lot of the payments at our,
It's telling me it's a reserved system label. So
put read later, space later. Okay. So now do you make a lot of payments through your email? Like, are you managing kind of like invoices you receive and all that kind of
well,
stuff?
keep in mind, for the company, I've got people that are doing that. But I do,
Exactly. That's what I figured.
yeah, I make payments if I'm doing some personal.
So if you want to do that, you can, but you don't have to. Let's skip that part. Okay. For now, we have actions, we have waiting, and we have later. Read later.
Yep.
Okay. So now there's something I didn't realize you have so many different labels already created.
And
But
I'm not.
what I want
I
you to
don't
do,
use most of these. So
yeah. So what I want you to do
look at that.
is I want you to hide all of. See this in the middle.
Yep.
Or scroll all the way to the top really quick.
Yep. Show and hide. Okay.
Show and label list. We want to hide a lot of these. So scroll down to the categories.
Yeah.
Those are all hidden. So now on these labels, the first hide on the left side, we want to hide. So coronavirus, all those we want to hide. All Amazon orders, we want to hide that one up top. I think there's even more above that you've missed. So AAEIFES World Summit, we want to keep actions. We want to hide drafts. We want to hide Gmail. We want to hide IMAP. Okay. Good. So now you can start hiding all of those. Perfect. This may take a minute. And it's good to have these labels for your reference files to kind of organize some of them, but it's not the main labels that we're going to use. Okay, getting close.
I don't want show that one.
So we want waiting.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So I think you've done that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to inbox on the next column that's at the top. Okay, perfect. So now we are going to change inbox type. Not seeing it just yet. Did you click on it?
Yeah. So I'm click on
unread first. Yeah, click on that.
Default.
I'm not seeing it drop down.
You're not seeing this? The drop down screen there?
No, I don't see anything. What are the options?
Default, important first, unread first, starred first, priority inbox, multiple inboxes.
Multiple inboxes is what you want to choose.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. So section 1, you're going to change that section. So choose like the is starred, that search query. You're going to change it to L:,
and then actions.
Okay.
And then the section name you can put as next actions on the right side.
Got it.
Okay. Then section 2, you're going to do L waiting. Oh yeah, you did do 3 dots. That's a good call. Okay. So
Do I have to put it there? 3 dots?
yeah, that's the right, because it's pulling from that label. So good call. I forgot that you did that. Then section name, you can put this on waiting on / delegated.
Okay.
Great. Section 3, you're going to call this one L : read later. Read dash later, I believe, is what you have to do, because you put a
I
space.
didn't do a dash.
No, I know you didn't do a dash, but it's not going to read spaces, I don't believe.
Okay.
Okay. And then section name is read later. Okay. So show 9 conversations. I would do 9 is fine. And then I'm going to choose right of the inbox on the multiple inbox position. Okay, scroll down. Okay, save changes.
Yep.
All right, so it's going to take you to your inbox now. And it didn't show.
No, I got to probably.
Oh, go to you're in your all mail. Go to your inbox. It's because you're in all mail. Ah, what happened?
I see him here.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, don't
so
to me. What? How do I get those back?
No, okay. So let's go ahead and drag that column to the right so it's not so so like there you go. Widen up your inbox for us. All right. So
how do I do that though? I'm like usually
there should be like a little drag situation going on.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. You can drag that out to the right, and yeah, I think it can be pretty small because you really need to see your inbox. That's the main thing. So
it's not letting me go any further though. But
okay, that's fine. That'll work. So now what we have here is we have our inbox, which is our capture, right? Yep. And here in a minute, we're going to start clarifying and then organizing. Okay. So what I want us to do is I want you to let's go to 2:00 and let's start on I want you to click on the first email after 2 p.m. in your inbox.
2:01.
Perfect.
Looks like
actually, hey, let's just start at your bottom. Let's go to all your unread. Go back. So let's go to your first unread email.
No.
Because you're pretty close there. So it's different. You're not going to have your unread emails like you had before. So just scroll to the last bold one.
The last one.
At the bottom. United Healthcare. Sorry, or Dash or Low? Let's start with Dash or Low. Perfect.
Oh, I've had my call already with.
So let's pause here really quick. Pause here really quick. All right. So I've got a bunch of sticky notes in my hand, right? What I want you to imagine is your mailbox. You pick up all your mail.
Yes.
You set down all the mail on the table and you pick up one at a time and you say, what is this? Right? That's effectively what we're doing right now. We're looking at this email as the one thing and we say, what is this? Okay. So what is this?
This is a regular communication for EDPI Executive Committee bi-weekly board meeting. This is our agenda, the attachments for this Thursday's call. He's updating me. 2 members aren't going to be on the call. We start a half an hour later because we have another full board meeting immediately following. So I would normally read this. It's the reminder. I'm going to want to retrieve these on Thursday for the call. So I would then just save this, not archive. I didn't do anything. And I would just, when the call comes up, I would go up here to search. I'd search for Dasher's name. It would pull up his emails. If I got 3 more since then, I'd find Thursday's EC agenda and I would open it.
Okay. So the next question is this actionable? right? And it sounds like what you really need to be doing here is this isn't really actionable. What you need to be is a reference, meaning I need to reference this later for something else. Is that accurate?
Yes, on my Thursday morning call.
Okay, so perfect. So it sounds like your system is just when you show up to the meeting on Thursday, you search for your email and you find it.
Yes.
Right. But another way that like maybe if we're doing this every month,
Yeah.
I would just folder in my Google Drive for all of these agendas with the attachments. And then at the bottom, I could add all of those into that Google Drive folder, all those attachments, so that I know they're there. And then Thursday, I just go to my Google folder. You're doing an equivalent. So you actually don't need this in your inbox, right?
After Thursday, so I need it to be readily available where it's in I can find it quickly. But then once the call takes place, I could archive that.
So you can archive it right now, Chris. I know you don't trust me on this, but I need you to archive it. And then if you search it, it's going to show up. You search Dasher Low. Did you already archive it?
No.
So click the archive button in the far left.
Quietly saying goodbye to it right now.
Yes, you are. I know, it's so hard.
Okay, I archived.
Okay. There's one other setting that we need to set up so that this runs a lot more smoothly. So if you'll go to settings and then see all settings, and then in the advanced tab at the top, you'll click on enable auto advance.
Done.
And then you'll save changes at the bottom. Then you'll go to your general tab again once you've saved the changes, which I think you just did it already. So go to general and then scroll down to auto advance. And then on this one, you're going to want to go to next conversation on auto advance. Okay. Then save at the bottom.
Yeah, that's the thing to remember with Gmail, right? You got to always save.
You got to always save. So effectively what we're doing now is, so if you go now to the CEO group email from Dasher,
yes,
what we're doing is we're picking up the piece of paper or the piece of mail and we're looking at it. In that auto advance, what that's going to do is when you archive the next email, it's automatically going to pick up the next email. Okay.
Okay.
So rather than you having to go back into the inbox, click the next email, find it again, it's just going to go to the next one. Okay. So anything that you need to do here, like, so we've captured it. We're now we're clarifying. What is it?
So he and I, one of the things that we've approved for our topic at our board meeting on Thursday is we're talking about potentially starting CEO groups by member size. So I got a request from a $50 million. He'd like to talk to other 50 million and above owners about some business issues. So Dasher said, I don't know if we do that. He's saying here, it seems other associations do support CEO groups. I started to look for best practices and he sent me something to investigate.
Okay. So now you know what this is.
Yes.
What do you need to do? Is this actionable is the first question.
Between now and Thursday, I need to make the time to open this up and read it. So I'm familiar with it before our Thursday.
Okay. So X out of this. And this seems like a next action, right? So what you do is you click on that folder with the label. Oh, go back to your CEO group. Click inside of it.
Yep.
And at the top here, you're going to click on the folder with the arrow, the one that you kept on going to that you thought was archive.
Oh, in the new window here? Oh, no, up here. You're saying moved. So move to.
Move to. And then I just want you to type A. See, we don't want all of these labels in here. So we'll have to get out of this at some point, but you're just going to put actions. So click on the actions label.
Got it.
There you go. Now that was moved to your actions. And what did it do? It auto advanced to the next one. It picked up the next piece of mail. Yep. Okay. So just trust the process. Let's keep going through this. What is this?
An action. So I'm confirming this meeting on January 27th. So that's done.
It was actionable and it took less than 2 minutes, right?
It says 2 seconds. Yes.
Right. So you're done. So now what do you do?
Am I going to archive this?
You're going to archive it. Great. Let's go to the next. So then it auto goes to the next one. Anything that needs to be done here?
I sent a request to a manager and he is letting me know it's confirmed.
Now this is an important one. You sent a request to a manager, Matt. He received it. What's the next thing that happens here? Do you have anything? Do you need to be notified that this is done?
He's
notifying me that it is done.
So there's nothing left on this. No. Other than
Okay, hold on. What's the other
there
thing?
are some photos in here that I want to be able to access for a project later.
Okay, but you need to be referenced later.
For future reference, yeah.
Future reference. Okay, you can archive it because you're going to be able to search it.
Okay.
Okay, so now we go to the next. Anything you need to do here?
I have to make a decision if I want to connect with this person on LinkedIn.
But you'll probably do that when you're in LinkedIn, right?
I've already viewed this, and so yeah, I probably will do it when I'm in LinkedIn. So I would delete this, I would think.
Okay, if you want to delete it, that's fine, but you can also archive it. No harm, no foul.
Well,
I would say probably delete.
Again, because I know it's going to show. These were some images that I scanned that I sent to you, I think.
Okay, so is this actionable?
Nothing, no action needed.
Okay, archive. Now, I'm going to show you. So something that's really great about Gmail is their keyboard shortcuts or hotkeys. And I'm going to show you how to start using those. So let's go through this one. What is it?
Crew from the floor. This is part of our process when I get updates from the floor. Any city that we do business in. So it's less than 2 minutes. I would take it in. It's pictures of a setup that we're doing for one of our partners. I get to see, okay, everything looks good. This way, if I get asked by the owner or anybody at that company, I'm familiar with what was done. Looks good. Great. 6 photos. I've just perused all of them. Don't need to see them anymore. Close the app. I can archive it. Oops.
Okay, great job. So it was actionable. You wanted to check it.
Yep.
That everything was good. You did that because it took less than 2 minutes, and then you archived it. Here's your flu shot.
Yeah.
Anything that
Nope,
email about your flu shot? Anything you need to do here?
Delete.
Okay, delete. Great. So
Delete.
All right.
Delete solicitation.
Okay.
You're gonna kill me, but it's Orlando Club wants me to join. I'm deleting. Yep.
Okay.
Nordstrom, not shopping for trench coats.
So before you do that, well, it's okay. No big deal. Is this another one that you would probably delete?
Yes.
So my first question is, why are you getting this email?
Okay. So I can click unsubscribe. And again, a lot of this, how many things I got an email or I read something or somewhere they scraped my email and they put me on their list.
Okay. So yeah. So I would click the unsubscribe before deleting in if that's the case. And it may work. They may come back and hit you again, but at least you tried.
Yeah.
It took one extra second. Okay. So let's this is probably another one that you want to unsubscribe from, I would imagine.
Yes.
Okay. Making our way through.
Don't need trailers.
Before you have to archive the next one, don't actually archive it. Okay, we're unsubscribing and deleting.
This feels liberating to unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Okay. FYI, this is an update on. Okay. This is.
So you're saying, what is this? And the next question I want you to ask is this actionable?
This goes to read later for me.
Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to click the V on your keyboard. Did that do anything? Oh, maybe we didn't enable the shortcuts, dang it.
No, we didn't.
Okay, we'll have to enable the shortcuts. Let's do that. So go to General. Let me see where it's at. It's probably in Advanced, I would imagine. Custom keyboard shortcuts disable, auto advanced, General. Keyboard shortcuts are under General, and you turn them on. There they are, right there. Okay, and then scroll to the bottom and save changes. All right. So now we can go back to our original, where we Dasher Low Industry Collective monthly call.
V.
Okay, and now you can type actions. Sorry, this is read. But here's my thing. The read through later, I typically use it as like, there's not a time associated with it. you need to read this before Thursday, which is in 2 days, I would
No,
consider that a next action.
This is not a before Thursday requirement.
Okay. So then this would be read later. So you just click on read later, or you could type read and press enter.
Got it.
Right. Okay. Q1 newsletter. Do you need to read this?
Yes. So
Okay. So what do you do?
I'm going to
Type V
Yep.
and then read. Just type in read. Don't scroll.
Yeah.
Well, you can scroll, I guess. Okay. Guns.com.
I don't need that.
Okay. Unsubscribe. And then don't click, click delete. Sorry. I'm waiting for one that you need to archive.
Okay.
You're fine.
No, I didn't need to. Yeah. Containers have arrived or set this morning. She's set up for us. And I need to take a quick peek.
Okay. Is this actionable?
I'm doing it right now. Less than 2 minutes.
Less than 2 minutes. So do it. Go ahead.
Just inspecting to see. This is what's going on in one of the Las Vegas venues right this minute. So this is me seeing how the progress on this build's going.
Perfect.
There it was this morning. And then this is what we do. We use from every single job, every single city. And so all the people that are in this group, we get to see what's going on. Okay, very good. So I can close out there. I can close the app and I will archive this.
So before you archive, I just want you to hit the E button on your keyboard. There you go. You archived it.
Oh, that's a piece of sweet cheese.
So what's really easy to do is for the most part, unless you're unsubscribing and deleting, your two keys are E for archive, because I don't need it.
Yep.
And then V for move. And you type in either action, read, or waiting. Okay. We haven't had our waiting yet. So what is this? This is something that you're getting from an accountant.
New CPA firm. She's working on taxes this is one of my companies, the real estate holding company for the rental property. I've got some action that I need to take on that. So this needs to go
So next actions, because it takes longer than 2 minutes, right?
It will.
Okay. So you're going to hit V and then type in actions. Don't scroll to it. Just type in actions. V and then actions or action. And then press enter. Yeah. So, or click there. That's fine.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Welcome aboard.
So this is, that was her last. So I'm just going to archive.
Okay. So just E, or you can click the button if you
Tag
want.
videos, 12 in my email. This is a sales solicitation. Wants me to buy something or borrow money or do something. So can I unsubscribe?
No, because this is a one-to-one email.
So normally, but I don't want anything else. This is the third video from these guys. So
what I would do is I would mark as spam, and then I would go to.
I would block Dragon videos.
There you go. Go ahead and do that. I know he's a longtime listener of the show, so I hate to see us do him like that. But
is he really?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm joking.
I see what you just did there. Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay. We got 3 more.
Yeah. Got it.
3 more.
I mean, Dasher, EPA sounds interesting putting together an information webinar for members. They were hoping to get you both to join the cover of the topic, state of the industry, blah, blah, blah. I think 20 minutes each for Q&A. Ask them to share some potential dates. Would you be willing to join? I would say bye to all. It takes me less than 2 minutes. And please forward dates, date options when available. Send.
Perfect. And then E. Check your network. So another great keyboard shortcut is Control, Return, or Enter, and it sends the email. Message. Okay, really interesting. Because we're connected on the call. Maybe refresh your screen. Okay, it's sent. So now
E.
so this is where we can stop.
Okay.
Go back, undo that on the bottom left. Okay, and click on that email again. Okay, so you've asked him to do something,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
How important is it to you to know when he like you're really waiting on this? It doesn't, in my eyes, I don't think that you're really waiting. Like it's kind of like, yeah,
No,
just let me
I'm
know the
waiting,
dates,
but he's waiting on them to propose some dates. He's got to, so he can't.
yeah, so that's more on his end. You're really just going to say, yes, I'm available this day.
Right.
So it's not like, what I would say is you asked for your, like, is what I'm saying is over the next week, is this going to be front and center and top of your mind?
Probably not unless they get him back with dates, but it'll be a quick answer. I'll
Right.
check my calendar and
So in that case, I would archive. So I would just hit E.
okay.
Okay. Early bird's vacation. Probably
It's Marriott. I don't want to
done.
unsubscribe, but I can just archive that.
Yep. Just hit E. There you go. Or delete, whichever one you want. Quest.
Stress taking a toll. It certainly is, Khalil. But either. Okay. So I'm caught up.
So
Dude,
you're caught up.
awesome.
Now, hold on a second. The main thing is you still have 151,000 emails and you still have 16 unread, right?
Yes.
So what we want to do is you eventually want to get through your unread. But the idea is that your inbox, just like your mailbox, wouldn't sit with all of these open emails, right? You wouldn't open your mail and put it back in your inbox, right?
Right.
The rule is we get things out of the inbox as fast as we can, as fast as possible, right? So we want to get to inbox 0. We don't need to be checking our email every single hour, right? We just need to get it a couple of times a day to inbox 0.
And
Because
really,
what ends up happening is if we manage our work through our inbox, whatever comes into our inbox distracts us. And then we're sitting in our inbox and that's how we do our work.
I feel the weight of my unread inbox every day. And so,
Yes.
and you know, and even though I go, oh, I'm not leaving till sometimes yet, like you just proved, we just have to let it marinate because you're waiting on something else. So,
well, so in the case of waiting on delegated, we didn't go through anything that was waiting on delegated, but essentially you get an email from a client and you send it over to Dan and say, Dan, I need you to take care of this.
by the way,
and it's really top of mind.
Wouldn't that have been what Dasher did? So if Dasher's waiting, I'm waiting for Dasher, who's waiting on someone else to propose.
Yeah, but at the same time, like that's not really like a client thing. It's not something that you're really like,
it's not,
we got to get this figured out, right?
Yeah.
But like, do you have any emails like that? Can you find one of like, hey, I'm waiting on someone to get this to me? You can.
How do I retrieve my
archived?
You know what? I want all mail.
Yeah.
Where would my unreads be?
They're still in your inbox. If you want your unreads, so what you can do here is you can go to inbox and then you can filter. Well, or just go to all mail and filter is actually what I would do.
That's what I was trying to do, but
and you can actually just even search unread and search mail.
Is this up here? No.
Just click is unread at the top. Those little tags on the far right.
I got it. All right.
So here's your unreads. So is there anything that's like you've basically delegated or you're really waiting on someone for kind of like urgently, like it's going to take up space in your mind?
No, these are people that are all waiting on me.
That's fun, right? So ideally you could go through these just like we did and you could put them into next actions, read, waiting on delegated. But essentially let's say that
it'll take a while for me to get caught up and I don't know that we need that.
Right. But the idea is your inbox is at 0 and you know exactly what emails you need to take action on immediately. The other great thing is that whenever you have something that you are waiting on, hey, Khalil, I need those clips for that podcast because this person's going to put it on their website and it's going to drive a whole bunch of traffic to us.
Got it.
But we need to get it today, right? You send me that you send me that email, and then you put the conversation into waiting on delegated. And now
I understand.
you know
What's the
when
short
you're at the end of the
for waiting on delegated? I know what E is. I know what V is.
well, V is move, so it moves it to
Okay.
actions waiting on delegated or read through later. So when you're at the end of the day and you're like, man, where are all these tasks that I've delegated? What's their status? You can just look at your waiting for delegated on, oh, these are the things that I need to be following up on. Hey, Khalil, did you get those clips to me yet? I don't see them, right? Or I need to call Dan because he isn't done with this yet, right? So those are the things that you want to be on top of.
Oh, that's weird.
sure
Are these all unread? No, they're not unread. Does these go back?
Well, they are unread, but you're looking at your trash, I believe, maybe. Go to inbox and just search unread at the top, like where you search mail.
Oh no. For some reason they were still.
It's pulling all your mail. That's right. So you can exclude mail from your trash. So
anything, yeah, this is just all.
So yeah, what's nice is if we go back to your inbox when you're done, I'll let you clear some of this out. So let's go back to your inbox really quick, and we can clean some of this a little bit later. So in your inbox, so right now you have these next actions for like the CEO group, right? Well, it's not in your inbox anymore. It's on your next actions.
Right.
But if, let's say, Dasher sends another email about the CEO group, it's going to bold inside of your next actions. And it's also going to show that email in your inbox because it's a new email, right? So then you're going to have the reply in your inbox. So you'll see it right away, but then you also still have it on the right side. Same thing on waiting on delegated.
Yeah.
If you delegated something and you're waiting on a reply, when they reply, not only is it going to be on the waiting on delegated as a list of here's the things I need to follow up on, but it shows it in your inbox, right? So you're still getting best of both worlds.
And great. This will work for me, Khalil. So I can see the goal for me is to live now on the right side of this screen. And
yeah, you want to get things out of the middle,
right?
Every day,
right?
Yeah.
I love
the only other thing that I'll show you really quick before we head out, if you'll select all in your inbox, because you're going to have to do this at some point. And then see how it says select all 151,000 conversations in inbox? So you would select that and then archive. Now, I wouldn't do that just yet because maybe there's some things that you still need to go through. But when you're ready, when you've actually gone through the last couple weeks of emails to make sure that you're not missing anything,
that's how I get them.
You can select all 151, and just to prep you, that's going to take a couple of hours for it to actually move it to archive.
Okay.
So you can still work inside your inbox and all that stuff, but you're gonna be like, oh, I still have 140,000. Well, just give it some time. It's going to move everything over eventually. So.
Got it.
Anyways, this is kind of the precursor, but eventually you just want to be living in your next actions, read later, waiting on delegated.
Yeah.
And then you can still use your other labels for actual reference. If you still want to have the other labels as, hey, I want to keep a list of my receipts or invoices or whatever it is, you still have access to them.
This is awesome.
So
this is great.
Thank you for being vulnerable and being willing to share your inbox. Not many people would be
glad
willing to do that.
I put all the illegal stuff off. I just cleaned that. So this is from Getting Things Done by Dave Allen. That's where you got this.
Yeah, David Allen. We'll link to it in the show notes.
David Allen.
I'm sure there's a lot of different ways you can do this stuff. This is just a way that I've managed to implement.
This was a great crash course for me.
GTD.
And I'm pretty good on Gmail. I mean, we've been on it for 15 years, but I didn't live in this world. So yeah. This is great.
Cool. Yeah.
Useful.
Thanks for letting me crash your inbox.
Sure. All right, pal.
Okay.
Appreciate the time.
See you, Chris.
Thanks for tuning in to the Experience Builders podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great content. Visit our website at crewxp.com to learn more about us. See you in the next one.